Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a first timer here, I post fragrance related content, guys, and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to today's fragrance. We have a latest Lattafa edition. This one is called Lattafa Liam Blue. They released this one together with a grey one, and that grey one draws its inspiration from Gris Chanel. So this is the presentation. I wish it was like a like a flip, what you call it, like with like a something to hold it there, but it is like a total, you need to open the top, so you make sure not to lift it with the top when you unbox it, otherwise it's gonna fall. And then the fragrance sits in there. This is Lattafa Liam Blue. I'm gonna spray Liam Blue on this tester paper, and then we're gonna get into it, guys. Now, what I can say about this fragrance, guys, is I'm in a scent bubble that feels fresh, aromatic, green, aquatic, salty, that style of fragrance. So I get a fragrance that is summer toned from this. However, it is carrying like a thickness to its freshness there, enough to cross over to other seasons. I also get a DNA that immediately screams masculine. So this to my nose is going to be favored more by the gents than it will be by the females, because it just has that tone that you get in most masculine fragrances. However, it is wearable by women if you want to. Rating, I'm going to say 75% masculine and 25% of women can pull this, myself included. So what can I say that is different that Lattafa has done this time? Because we've got hundreds of freshies on the market, don't we? With this one, guys, it doesn't give me like a typical gym of freshie. It feels as though they doused this one, with that rosemary note to make sure that it has like a piercing aromatic tone to it, and then anchored that rosemary with pepper and made sure that it carries that aquatic tone to it. So there is a salty tone to this fragrance, an aquatic tone to this fragrance, but the emphasis is going to be on the spice and the woods, because it does have like a woody undertone. Drying down, introducing a violet in the mix there, that's gonna give you a powdery weight to this freshie as well. So there's a bit of a twist and turn when it comes to this fragrance. However, yes, it is your quintessential summer scent, and it is a DNA that definitely works harder in the sun. This fragrance draws its inspiration from Profundo. It feels as though Lattafa has worked with similar notes that you get from Profundo, but they have kind of like flipped them around in terms of ratios to make sure that this one has a better lasting power. By this I mean it feels like there is a generous use of the same notes that you get in a Profundo, but like a weight to this particular fragrance. So either they've played around with the proportions by making sure that they amp up on the spice and the woods there and the aromatic tone to anchor this citrus, to give it more weight, less of the C note tone, less of the citrus note tone, which is what you get in Profundo, which kind of makes it slag a little in terms of performance, when it comes to Profundo, the original, where this one is drawing its inspiration from. If I have said a mouthful and I've lost you, what I am just basically saying in a nutshell, guys, is it feels as though this fragrance has identical notes to Profundo. However, Lattafa may have played around with the ratios where they have decided to amp it up on the spice, amp it up on the pepper, less of the citrus that makes the original lighter, and then presented us with this. Or they've just gone for a better oil concentration, because this fragrance on 10 to 12 sprays lasts the whole day. So that is what I can say are the differences there when it comes to Of course, this one being a freshie, and the other freshies that we have been presented with on the market there. And there is also like a woodsy twist that you get, but the woodsy twist there is not coming across as woody. It is just coming across as like bouncing off a spice or a spicy undertone, or again that rose. In terms of breaking down the performance, this fragrance is room filling for 30 to 45 minutes. After that, it does tone down. If you spray it on yourself walking around, especially in the heat, it does leave like a gentle trail. It is a fragrance that is definitely noticeable, so there are going to be compliments when it comes to this one because of that spicy kick. This kind of is going to hug you and put you in like a 2-meter scent bubble where there's going to be wafts of this for 7 to 8 hours. So it is a decent performer for it being a freshie. So that is what we had, guys. Lattafa Liam. I do not have the gray one, but if I manage to get my hands on it, obviously I'm going to bring it here. Do remember that one is a Gris Chanel, is a fragrance that smells a lot like Gris Chanel, and this one smells a lot like Profundo. This would make a great gift, guys, to a gentleman, since we are getting into the festive season. If you're looking at gifting a gentleman this fragrance, it's going to be a no-brainer because the DNA just screams masculine there. But when it comes to a woman, then maybe you need to know their taste, whether they do not have a problem with fragrances with slight wafts of a masculine tone there. This is also a DNA that can be carried by a lot of age groups. Okay, so we're not going to cap this one as mature or young or anything like that. This is just a DNA that if you're looking for a masculine freshie, just make sure that the person loves aromatic fragrances, then you can give them this, or you want to purchase it yourself. It is also blind buy safe because it's not shocking. It is a DNA that's going to be familiar there. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we'll obviously discuss more about fragrances. What do you think of Lattafa Liam Blue? Do you have this fragrance? Do you have the gray one? If you do, drop in the comment section your thoughts about this fragrance. Do you think we needed this one? I'd love to know from you. Do turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one meanwhile, because that is so helpful in terms of the growth of this channel. And remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.